seriously, how is that ever going to work?
Well, hello there, and welcome to... Oh, that's embarrassing. Look, we've got two of those now. Okay, anyway, welcome to another edition of glennzb. I don't know how that happened. glennzb TV, the show that puts glennzb into your TV. We'll start with they just seem to have stopped calling it the Frankenstorm now. And they're just going with Sandy, which I thought it would go the other way, because it's pretty scary. But anyway, it's Sandy, I've got a few questions, mostly revolving around your out and about reporters. Why do we need people standing in the weather to show how bad the weather is? Can we not just set a camera up and everybody go inside, make a nice cup of cocoa, and watch it on telly? It really makes no difference. A huge wave is a huge wave. It doesn't actually have to be breaking over somebody. My best theory is that they're just hoping that these people are going to be swept away, and then they'll have to send out their own news helicopters to rescue them. And so they're literally trying to create some news there. What are their ACC levies like, do you reckon, on that job? I don't know. That's crazy. And interestingly, of course, this is Phillip Duncan's great big chance, because of course he is our own Phillip Duncan, New Zealand's Weather Watch guru. And I've always... My only real problem with Phillip is that his voice, to me, it always sounds like he's talking underwater. I used to work with him in making radio ads, and I never get him to voice my ads because it always sounded, no matter how you EQ'd it, always sounded like he was talking underwater. He is, believe it or not, in Atlanta, at Georgia, which is one of the places that's going to be affected pretty badly by Sandy. And so, for once, he'll actually be underwater. I wonder if he'll sound perfectly clear. I don't know. These are all good questions. Here's another guy. We've got more questions. Just in case. More questions. Here's another out and about reporter there. Right there. Not that person. That guy there. He is standing in the rain talking about somebody's car getting washed. Why was that happening? I have no idea why that was happening. We ran a competition on the Mike Hoskin Breakfast, the New Zealand's dirtiest car competition. And... I was quite involved with the competition in that I'm part of the Mike Hoskin Breakfast. So, to my knowledge, the winner got 4 days in Shanghai, a trip to Shanghai, and they got their car cleaned. I don't remember anybody ever saying I would have to stand in the rain in a high-vis vest talking about what was going on. So, I've got a lot of questions about that. Don't know what that's about. All right. Now, the name. I'll tell you what the name is. The name is Geronimo. And this is the man who got Ben Sigmund, who is a Phoenix footballer, red-carded over the weekend when the Phoenix were playing. Ben Sigmund will miss Monday's visit to Melbourne because Geronimo, he dived, he did a big Hollywood, and Sigmund got sent off, but they said, no, red card, totally legitimate. And I would have thought that they wouldn't even really need to revisit the incident, because if somebody called Geronimo, because I googled Geronimo, and this is the first thing that came up, Geronimo, skydiving. It's a whole website there about diving, and surely the name just sort of goes, oh, Geronimo, probably a diver, I'm thinking. Anyway, weird. Oh, sex. I don't know did you catch the news last night with this new female sex drug that they're testing? The trials are going to be undertaken in Australia and I think in some parts of Canada and the United States. But Australia's close, so it's almost local news. There's a product called Athena, and it's a testosterone gel that you spray up the nose to help women have orgasms. Because I know this is hard to believe, but apparently there are some women out there who don't always have orgasms when they're having sex. So now they can stick this thing up their nose, and then they can have an orgasm. Which is going to be way better than sticking something up your vagina to have an orgasm, I would have thought, in my limited experience of vaginas. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about that, don't know. Not everybody's in favour of it. One person said that they weren't in favour of the orgasm spray up the nose because it could result in more kids. I don't know that orgasms are necessarily directly related to having more kids. Maybe I missed that part of sex education. Here's a picture of it. That's somebody sticking an orgasm up their nose. It's not something you see on TV every day, is it? Yeah. Oh, and I'd like to finish with some more sex. Because, as I was trawling around the internet today, in the Twitter sphere, what do I stumble across but the most erotic thing I have ever seen, and it was streaming live before my very eyes. Oh my God! I totally I was like when I saw it. It was so hot. Are you ready? I can actually show it to you now. I think I can show it to you. Okay, let's do it. Viewer discretion is advised. This is what I saw. Ooh! Yes! That's right, people. The launch of the Windows Phone 8. Come on. Oh, so beautiful. So beautiful. I want to touch it. I want to... If only we had the budget to print this in colour, but instead somebody was printing off extra size of these because they thought they'd lost those. But I tell you what, they've got 46 out of the 50 most heavily used mobile apps are now available for Windows Phone, and we all know that those other 4 apps are stupid ones anyway, so we don't need them. Thank you very much. Look out for the new Windows Phone, especially the Nokia 920. It's going to be amazing. I am glennzb. Thank you so much for having me in your telly, and maybe even on your phone.